Hi, as you can tell, this is my first video, and well, I've been wanting to start doing this for a while, and yeah, I've decided that I'm going to start blogging about a really big interest of mine, and you can probably tell by the title of this blog and this YouTube video, about UFOs, aliens, ancient astronaut theory, even paranormal stuff. I'm forever been interested in it, and I just really want to talk to you about it, guys, and I want some feedback on my videos, stuff to talk about. What do you agree with, disagree with? What's your personal views? Who's your favourite theorist? I mean, I like Zachariah Sitchin, sorry. And if you've ever read The 12th Planet and I forgot what the second one's called now, they're just brilliant. But then I've been reading the Agent Alien Question, and it's denying that all of his work could be wrong, that his thoughts and his can't think of the word, when he actually descripted the tablets, they were actually quite wrong. But they can't disprove it because it was his own interpretation of it, not like he was faking it. He was just interpreting it different to some other people who's interpreting it, saying that no, this word was different, this is how you interpret it. So it could be his own interpret, but then they say like he was using it just to try and prove his point, and like he frauded and that, but I personally don't know. So yeah, that could be the first question I could ask you, like, what do you actually think of Zachariah Sitchin's work? I mean, it's probably one of the biggest international theorists out there, and I recommend that anyone should read it just to see it. And if you don't know what ancient astronaut theory is, definitely look it up. You probably heard the History Channel's Ancient Aliens show. That is pretty good. A lot of people saying it's been debunked and it's all fake. I don't personally know, but I do believe in ancient astronaut theory, but I don't know how much they've let lie on to, and how much they faked on it, and how much like information's falsely put out. But I definitely believe in it. But the ancient astronaut theory basically is saying that aliens came before us. There's many branches out in ancient astronaut theory, but the main actual just straight line of the tree of it is they came before us, and they came here, and then they gave us technology, knowledge, and they taught us how to be civilized, and how to live our lives. And they were the god, they were controlling us, and they were the gods. Like all these different ancient cultures, they had the gods, and they were supposed to be the actual ancient aliens, the astronauts. And even like the old Judaism religion, is that Jehovah, is it, or Yahweh, they are saying that was the God. And there's loads of different authors out there who have their own views, and they use their own information, their own evidence to support this. Zachariah Sitchin uses Sumerians, which I personally believe in, and he links it to some of the religions, the Egyptians as well, how they've all got different names that have been translated. Like there's 12 Sumerian gods, there's 12 Greek gods, and how this eerily similar to like the Nordic gods. There's loads of stuff which links, and some of it I don't know if it's true, if they've been faking it or falsing it, but that is something to pick up on as well. And that is basically the international theory. There's different branches, like I said, you know, with the Mayans, and you got people who believe like they genetically made us, or they sent our life through on a meteor and it came crashing down. I personally believe that we had hominids out here, which was like not Homo sapiens, ones before, Homo erectus and that, and they saw we were, you know, we were not advanced, but we were the most advanced species on the planet, and they used us to enslave us and help them do their work. If you read again Zachariah Sitchin's work, that's what he believes in. That's mainly all my knowledge is on it, and I just want to know, like, if you do know a lot about ancient astronaut theory, what is your actual preference? Whose work do you prefer? Do you think Zachariah Sitchin's work's any good? Do you think it's all fraud? I know Jason Martell does a lot on the Sumerian Anunnaki, that is the name of the gods, who are supposed to be related to, like, they've been translated down to the Greek gods and Egyptian gods and that. But also, yeah, so this is what I just want to do in these videos, just have great conversations about this type of stuff, and not even just ancient astronaut theory, obviously that's my strongest subject, but paranormal, UFO abductions, like the first encounters and that. Do you believe in it? I mean, do you think people are just lying, or maybe they have psychological issues, or maybe they just actually dream in it and they do believe that they've been abducted? I mean, you must have heard of Betty and Barney Hill. Most people must have if on this video, because they're obviously searching about aliens and that. Well, that's like when the psychiatrist did the forgot the word now, like put them to sleep and did their sessions. Like, it was very disturbing, all the information they were coming out with. Like, they actually believed, not saying that the actual doctor didn't say that he thinks that's what happened, they have been abducted, but he believed that's what they believed. I mean, these two people believed they had been abducted, and he believed that there was They may not have it, but that's what they personally believe. They might be, there might be some other psychological issues, or they might have just had this weird occurring dream. I don't know. Anything's crazy what goes in our mind. I mean, also I want to talk about stuff like mind, body, and spirit. Like, can we do more things with our mind and our body? Can we, telepathically speak to each other? Can we do mind control? Can we move stuff? 'Cause, you got all the famous cases out there. Only some of it could be fraud. I mean, what can we do? Do you believe that people who's more in control of their inner body can be more happier and they can do more stuff in life? Because there's loads of cases where people just meditate for hours and they're the happiest people in the world, when people who are materialistic are not. I mean, this is what I want to talk about, and I just want to get to know what you all think, because I've been sat here probably for about 2 years now, just thinking to myself, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to just make these videos on YouTube. People do it, and I want to talk about it. I want your comments, and I want your even video responses. I want to start a new blog up, and I want to talk about this for years, because it's frustrating me why no one's doing nothing about it. You hear all these, like, if you ever listen to Coast to Coast AM, I would do it if you like listening to stuff like this. Great, everything out there, paranormal, ghost, aliens, and they just have loads of famous, like, doctors and like interviewers and theorists and people who's doing like the actual research out in the field, and like, me, I've just gone off people's research, and it's incredible. It's just, why is nothing being done? I mean, this is a big subject as well, which I'm going to cover up on probably tomorrow or the next day, the Illuminati. Now, what do you believe? Because there's a lot of stuff out there. I mean, the Boston Marathon, which went on the other day, I just watched a video about how they might have set this up, and there's a Illuminati cards with this one guy, I forgot his name now. He made cards which predicted all the stuff the Illuminati would do, and there's one called the Joggers, and obviously that happened the other day. It's crazy, but I don't know if people look into it too much and they use it to their advantage. But it also had the Twin Towers on there, so that's a big subject. So I know, especially if you're from America, a lot of them are very heavily in Illuminati based, and they all believe that they're being misled, and like secret organisations, compared obviously from England. We are more into that. We're more into UFOs. I personally think paranormal, definitely ghosts. We're obsessed with ghosts over here for some reason. I mean, that will be one subject. I used to be very interested in ghosts too. I think it's harder to prove that ghosts are real than aliens, just because there's more evidence of aliens being out there and already been here, and people having contact. With ghosts, you've just got to believe the person, and if you're not very trustworthy, it's hard unless you see one. But then you could that's just your mind playing up. And I personally never had a ghost experience, but I do believe in them. I'll say it, because I think a spirit makes who you are and what you are. So I don't see why not. There should be. It's just like a repeat. Just imagine having like a song, and then you just leave a little bit of it. You delete the whole song, but you just leave like the memory of it. That's what a ghost is. It's not actually the person still there walking around. It's just their memory. It's a little bit left of them, which just keeps replaying and replaying and replaying. That's what I personally think. Poltergeist, demons, we'd have more conversations about that, but I do need to do my research. I've covered that. Illuminati, ancient astral theory, UFOs. What about them? I mean, there's loads, just so many fake ones anymore. I used to when I was like younger, about 10, 11. Google everything, YouTube. Well, I wasn't even YouTube back then. I think it's Metacalf. I used to just literally watch tons and tons of videos on all this UFO stuff, and now you can't do it anymore because they're all 90% of them are fake. And if there is one real, you're just gonna think, oh, it's fake, because people can do anything with these cameras these days. Like, professional editors can make it look so good, and there's only tiny things you can tell. It's not like the shadows or some trees don't move, or the line and the lights, or the height's not actually right. You can't tell them. So that is a very hard subject. I mean, a lot of people report seeing UFOs. I have had one experience, which I may talk about later in this video, or may talk about it in more UFO videos. I'm hoping to get responses from people on here to talk about. I'll put my email down so they can talk about their experiences and stuff, and then we can talk about it, and I can actually talk to them, and I can tell you lot what they've told me about. This is, I'm hoping, if it goes successful. I'm going to keep making these videos even if I don't get likes or comments and that, because it makes me feel better if I just talk about it, because it's been driving me crazy lately. I mean, the 2012 Mayan calendar ending, I personally didn't believe that was going to happen. There was a massive big hype, but there's going to be a build-up if something does happen, something catastrophic, because it's not just going to be one day the world ends, or one day some aliens just come out of the sky and say, look, game over. It's gonna build up, some guy in Coast to Coast there made a good point. Like, he thinks the Mayan calendar ended and bad things are to come now, which could be a good point, but bad things have been happening for ages. So you know what I mean? Like, you know, World War II and everything. It could be anything. There could be World War III, and you could say that's what they meant, but not. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know what happened with the Mayan calendar. I believe their calendar just ended. Just like our 12-month calendar. I know they had month calendars, but they obviously had that massive one. You can't make an infinite calendar. You just have to stop it somewhere to restart it. That's how life works, and that's what I personally believe. And so I wasn't really bothered about the Mayan calendar and the December 21st. But yeah, that's one. And another subject I want to talk about. I'm not a personal believer, but I may be persuaded. The reptilians, because obviously you got all different alien races, haven't you? You got the Greys. Well, there's that one YouTube video where it's like the FBI and scientists. I don't know if it's legitimate or it's been faked, or it actually is, but they've got like 100 species of aliens or 52 species, something crazy. And then you got like 5-6 different types of reptilians out there. You got small greys, tall greys, fat greys. You got different hominid creatures. You got the Nords, which are these tall Swedish Nordic looking people who are just like us. Then you got skin changer. I mean, that's crazy. Like, I could put some links and videos to come to everyone check it out. I want to know what you think about that. Have you seen an alien? I mean, have you actually seen a UFO? It'd be great if you did. Do you got any footage you can tell me about, or show me, or email me? And have you seen an alien or anything? Like, because I've never seen an alien in my life, never. And I personally don't want to, even though I'm interested now. Not at all. But like, greys are obviously the most famous. But in the international theory, there are greys mentioned, but I don't personally believe there are gods, because if our ancestors saw these grey little creatures, they would be horrified, I reckon. Maybe not, I don't know, maybe the media's made us think they're horrified because of films and stories, but you wouldn't, I don't know, you just wouldn't picture that. That's what the Sumerians, what Zacharias actually said, they were giants, they were human versions of us, just taller, which I believe in, because in the Bible, God made us in our image. That's what he said. He says our plural for a start, so he can just show that he's not even a singular deity. So yeah, so that's pretty much what I want to talk about. And also religion, we bring definitely that into. I mean, do you believe in a spiritual God? And we talk about space, stars, everything. I want to cover all these extra paranormal and extra terrestrial, all that type of subjects, because it's nagging me, and I just need to talk to someone about it, because I'm sure there's people out there who's just sitting here thinking, yeah, I definitely agree, or maybe you're like, no, I don't agree. I think you're completely wrong. I want you to tell me wrong. I want to hear your view, and then I could relate to it, and then we could have, that's what I want to talk about. And I just want some evidence off people, and I want some people to email me and talk to me about stuff, which I can use next for videos, and I'll be doing more research, so my videos will be more fluent and be more detailed, and I'll tell people about what we're going to talk in the next video, so when people log back on, they can know what we're going to talk about, instead of just being random videos. One week I'll just put ghosts, and the next week I'll just put space. I'm not going to do that. I mean, it's pretty much crazy what's going on in the world. I don't know, like, the famous Jerusalem UFO, I don't know if you saw that. I don't know if that's legitimate, because it's a no-fly zone, but the videos look incredible. And it's just stuff like, I just want to know what you think about it. I mean, is it been fake? Because people's going to know more than me. A good thing to talk about, apparently in America, is it Dulce, New Mexico? I forgot what it's called. Somewhere in New Mexico, there's apparently an underground base. Right, there's a program as well called Alien Hunters, the UFO Hunters, and they did it, and they went there, and they just stood on this mountain. I'm not being funny, it was appalling, because they just stood there, and then this one guy took them, yeah, there's secret entry to this, and it was like, can you show us? He was like, no. And they're like, why? He's like, I don't want to. And then they speak to this one guy who said there's like 8 different levels where scientists are doing tests on aliens and aliens doing tests on scientists. It could be real, I'm not going to deny it. I mean, you never know what the government does, but it's just, there's lack of evidence, and just someone telling, the one guy in the UFO just didn't believe it, but this other guy called Bill loved it and is believing it. I mean, you can't deny everything in the world. Anything could be possible, everything could be true, everything could be false. But you can't just believe everything someone says, because, not everything is true. And it's just, I just want to know what you think about that, if you ever heard of it. But I reckon there are secret bases like Area 51, there's definitely something going on there. And there's bases all over the world. Russia, crazy stuff happens in Russia. There's got to be UFO bases everywhere, and there might be one in that Dulce, New Mexico, I think it is. There's also, I went like this video about Google Maps, and there's this secret entry. There's this guy who owns like a farm on a mountain. Apparently, you can see a UFO like every day or something like that. And he goes, there's people who go there and visit it. crazy. Basically, you can go on Google Maps and well, this guy's video showed that there's like a greyed out area which the government or the Illuminati or the the secret people have blocked out. And then so I thought, I want to go on this Google Maps, and I couldn't find it. So like again, I don't know if it's been unblurred or if that video was fake and it's been blurred out, or it was legitimate and I just couldn't find it. It was my own fault. So that's one thing I want to talk about. Like, have you ever seen like scary things on Google Earth and the Google Maps? There's some crazy stuff out there, but I don't know if any of them's paranormal. Nazca lines. You may have heard the Nazca planes just due to general archaeology or geography, and if you're into international theory and aliens, you would have heard it before because of these amazing lines. They weren't actually done by aliens, that people believe. They were done by the actual people, but you could only see them from aerial, which is quite weird because these people live pre like BC, like I think it's 2000 BC at least, or I don't know the facts. On my videos I will try and get facts up to how I don't want to just do random guesses, but I know it was it was earlier than Jesus and stuff like that, BC. But yeah, there was obviously no planes back then, no flight, no balloons, and so why would you mark something which could only see by the air? It would be very stupid not like to. And they were like beautiful, they are beautiful, and they're really like symmetrical, like so I can't say any words today. They're all like equal and everything, and it's just beautiful. So that's one thing. And obviously the megalithic structures, that's another conversation to have. Basically buildings built in the prehistoric times, which we can't actually do now. Mad, and apparently just chisels and that. But there's loads and loads and loads of different methods people are suggesting why. Levitation, mind control, noise, gravity, all that type of stuff. One method, which was in the Ancient Alien Question, a book by Philip Coppens, he's on the program Ancient Aliens. The one method is to remold blocks. I forgot what it's called now. It's like I don't know. I can't even remember what it's called now. Basically, it's like rock chemicals, and you actually have it in a liquid form, and then it solidifies over time. So it's lighter, and then it molds into place, and you don't actually move blocks. It's actually made there. And there's like little evidence of that being used by the Egyptians, this was. But yeah, I need to read more about that in the Ancient Alien Question book. So the more facts I learn, the more better conversations and detailed conversations, not just random assumptions I'm using. But again, these references I'm using, I'll try and use real researchers, not just Google or Yahoo Answers and stuff. I will try and use more legitimate researchers to talk about, and not just to use random people off Yahoo's guesses or their claims. But there's a lot of people who again, I keep bringing up Zakar Sitchin because he is the main person I've studied and the most information I know about. There's actually a website called Zakar Sitchin is Wrong, and that just shows that a lot of people don't believe in it, which it does persuade me not to want to believe in it, because if someone's willing to make a website, then they must really disagree with it. But then I just think, that people always disagree with stuff, and there's always haters out there. And he's dead now, unfortunately, so he can't really defend himself. But I hope that one day he does get proved right, because I do believe in it. I think Jason Martow is doing the same research, but he has never actually been to Iran, which is where Zakar Sitchin's work was based, which is quite bad. But then all the evidence is in the London museums and stuff, so you don't really need to go there anymore. But it would still be good for him to actually go there. But yeah, that's one thing we talk about, or we'll try to talk about. I'm not very good at this physics in space, different dimensions and people who can travel in multiple. Do you believe in parallel universes? Do you believe in the fourth dimension? Like the reptilians apparently can't, or someone else, some other race, can't actually go into the third dimension, so they have to use humans as physical bodies, and that's where they can transfer. Like the Queen is supposed to be one. Stuff like that. I can't get my head around it. Distance, space and time, but yeah, we'll talk about that. Try to anyway. Well, I'll try and do some research and try and get my head around it. What else we went to? Oh, Men in Black, secret government. I don't know. There's loads of different cases you can find out on the internet, and again, is it legitimate or is it not? And I don't know what to make of it. I mean, it is quite scary when you think about it. Like, if you research, that they come, and apparently it's one guy, which I looked up. He was sitting, I think it was on UFO'S. He was sitting there making a website, just like me, I think. And then they came to his house and made him delete it and stuff, and he like forever was talked about it, but he was so scared. And I mean, like, but then you just see these celebrities and people on Coast to Coast AM on Agent Aliens who are like trying to broadcast those aliens around. Surely they'd go for them, not just some random guy making a small website. You know what I mean? It doesn't add up. And also the time travellers. You ever seen that guy with a mobile phone, 1900s? Do you believe in time travel? Do you believe people can do it? I mean, some people believe that the grey aliens are the humans from the very, very far future, where we've lost our reproductive organs because we can just genetically do it. We've lost hair. We've lost, you know, our beauty because we don't need it anymore. We're too technological. We're too higher thinking to be materialistic. So we don't actually need that function anymore. We don't need love. We just need to keep technology, and we have higher thinking and stuff. But basically, that just sums up my first video, and I'll try and upload another one probably, as it's Thursday today. Try and do it Saturday or Sunday, and I'll definitely have a topic in mind. Actually, I might as well discuss it here so people can get ready for it. I think I'm going to talk about UFOs. Definitely, yeah. We'll do that. Just kick off with UFOs, which I uncover like 4 or 5 famous ones and some recent ones, and talk about the evidence. And I'll do some research tomorrow and Saturday, and I'll have some notes, and yeah, we'll talk about like the most famous ones, obviously Roswell, and we'll talk about the newest one, like Turkey, I think I saw the other day. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and in the links below, my blog will be there and my Twitter account. So if you want to keep talking about it, and just I'll put my email in below as well, so you can email with me any evidence or discussions.